The year was 2017. A seemingly simple horror game, Granny, crept onto the scene. It quickly gained notoriety for its chilling premise. Escape a creepy house guarded by a terrifying axe-wielding granny. Players were captivated by the intense gameplay and jump scares. The game became a viral sensation, garnering millions of downloads and spawning countless playthroughs and reaction videos. But beneath the surface of this digital terror lay a chilling possibility. Could the game be based on a real-life horror? Whispers of an old Swedish folktale began to surface alongside the game's popularity. The story revolved around a woman named Greta G, a recluse living in a small village nestled deep within the Scandinavian wilderness. Greta had endured a tragic life marked by the loss of her husband and child in a horrific accident. The villagers, already wary of her solitary nature, began to spread rumors. They whispered of strange noises emanating from her dilapidated house. Then, a young boy vanished without a trace after being seen near Greta's property. The legend grew darker. Some villagers swore they saw Greta dragging a burlap sack into her basement. The boy was never found. Greta G disappeared from the village a few years later. Her house remained abandoned, a looming reminder of the unsolved mystery. The legend of Greta G faded into obscurity, kept alive only in hushed whispers passed down through generations until the release of Granny. The internet buzzed with speculation about the connection between Granny and Greta G. The similarities were difficult to ignore. Fueled by online forums and a thirst for the truth, a group of urban explorers decided to investigate. They travelled to the remote Swedish village and located Greta G's abandoned house. The once imposing structure was now a decaying shell, its windows boarded up and its walls covered in moss and ivy. As the explorers stepped inside, a palpable sense of dread washed over them. The air was heavy with the smell of decay, and the silence was broken only by the creaking of the floorboards beneath their feet. They discovered a hidden room in the basement, its entrance concealed behind a crumbling wall. The room was bare, except for a single wooden chair and a rusty chain hanging from the ceiling. The explorers couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing in the very room where Greta G had held the missing boy captive. News of the urban explorers' findings spread like wildfire. The eerie similarities between the game and the real-life legend of Greta G were undeniable. The layout of the house in Granny mirrored the description of Greta's actual house. The creaking floorboards, the locked doors, the hidden rooms, it was all there. Even the chilling sound effects, like the floorboards creaking under the weight of Granny's footsteps, seemed to echo the explorers' descriptions of the abandoned house. Could the game's developer have been inspired by the real-life legend of Greta G? Or was it all just a series of eerie coincidences? Adding another layer of intrigue to the mystery, some Granny players claim to have uncovered hidden messages within the game's code. These messages, often appearing as fleeting images or distorted audio, seem to hint at a deeper, more sinister backstory. One message, when deciphered, read, "She is real." Another, accompanied by a blood-curdling scream, simply said, "Help me." Meanwhile, paranormal investigators drawn to the growing legend conducted seances and EVP recordings in Greta G's abandoned house. Some claim to have captured EVPs of a woman's voice whispering the names of missing children. Others described seeing a shadowy figure resembling Greta G peering out from the windows. The line between the game and reality seemed to blur further with each passing day. The truth behind Granny remains elusive. Is it merely a chilling horror game inspired by a classic folktale? Or does it hold a darker, more sinister connection to the real-life Legend of Greta G? The eerie similarities, the urban explorer's discoveries, the cryptic messages hidden within the game, and the paranormal investigator's claims all point to a mystery that is far from solved. As you play Granny, remember the Legend of Greta G. Listen closely to the sounds of the house, and ask yourself, are you playing a game or are you experiencing a terrifying echo of reality?